the rookie car haul out here. I had to stop at Love's real fast, take a quick break. I think I'm in Mississippi. At the Love's. It's one of my favorite truck stops. And mainly just because it's so clean. It's always clean all the time. It's always real clean every time you come to the Love's. It seems like most of the Love's seem like they newer. So you get like a real clean, you have like a real clean environment. I'm gonna just walk around the truck. So this basic trucker advice is that every so often, I mean everybody know this already, that when you hauling cars or anything you hauling that has a like any type of flatbed work you're doing, or if you hauling cars, that every so often, you want to get out and check your straps. You want to get out, just wiggle your straps, make sure everything is still tight. One time I got out and one of my straps was off. The hook had came out of the little hole down here. The hook came out. So apparently that strap wasn't in proper. It wasn't in all the way properly when I first put it in, because they're not supposed to do that. So like I said, you want to get out, walk around, and check your stuff. Make sure everything looks good. Make sure everything looks normal. Sometimes you get out and you check, one of your straps might have got cut. Check the straps. One of your straps might have got cut. If it was like rubbing up against something, you want to check your pins just to kind of, just glance at stuff. Check above the car. Sometimes if you can, like right here, make sure you don't have no dents and scratches in here, because if you don't have your fist, this is more than a fist, right? It's like a fist and a half. So if you don't have to worry about your height, like if you 13'6", there's no reason why you shouldn't have more than a fist, or at least a fist. You definitely got to have at least a fist. But if your height is like 12'8", and you still trying to, you don't even have to worry about no fist, so you don't have to worry about having that close. Don't have this deck close to this car. Don't put this car close to this car if your height. If you got two X3s on here, or you got two cars on here, like two little Hondas or Sonatas, or two little, whatever, Toyota Corollas or Teslas or something, you can have 3 or 4 fists in between. That way you got way more than enough space. You don't have to worry about nothing touching. You know what I'm saying? Because I've gotten a damage on this car before. Not this particular car, but this spot right here. This is deck number 9. I've gotten a damage up here on this same rail. This the same railing above the car, because the car bounces when you ride. You hit bumps, sometimes the car bounces, and it bounces. That's why you got to have, one of the reasons you got to have at least a fist. This is more than a fist. That's like almost 2 fists. That's a fist and a half. But you want to have, like, that's why I got so much space, because my height is good down here. I got like 12. I'm only like 12 high at this point right here. I'm like 12. That's an X4 and then an X5, X3. So I'm like 12 and some change. So my height is real good back there. My height is real good back there. You want to make sure I got a little less than a fist down there. Sometimes you might have a little less than a fist, depending on how you got it loaded. But, as long as it ain't touching. See that, all that space in there? I got mad space in there because I only got 2 cars under the bottom deck. Normally we put 3 down here. It's normally 1, that one, this one right here, and then it's 1 right here in slot number 8. And then it go, the top front tires sit up top here on this deck, and then the bottom sits down in there. But today we got it loaded 4 on the trailer. That's 2 right there, and then 2 in the back. So we got it loaded 4 on the trailer, and 3 on the tractor. See? Yeah, 3 on the tractor. So this is the first time I ever loaded like this, and I like it a lot. So I might try to, you know, keep this. This is all. That's all 1 stop right there. That on the tractor, those 3 right there, all 3 of those are going to 1 stop. I think Dallas, and then these 3, those 2, and then that 1 up top is going to 1 stop, and then that 1 in the bottom, on the bottom and all the way at the end, number 9, that's going to 1. That's the first stop. I think it's Tyler. That's going to Tyler, Texas. Then 1 going to the 3 up here going to Dallas, I believe, and then the 3 back here is going to somewhere like 10 miles away from Dallas. They right down the street from each other. I'm gonna deliver them tomorrow morning, Lord willing, because I can make it to Texas today. But once I get there, I'll run out of time. I won't have time to deliver and then find a safe place to park, and I won't be able to deliver all 3 loads. So it's pointless to try to push and go to Texas, and then I gotta go on PC, you know, to try to find somewhere to park and all that stuff. And then, you know, safety department start calling you and stuff. They don't like that, because technically you're not supposed to, you know, just be using PC for run out of time. You're supposed to be able to plan your trip so you don't have to use personal conveyance. You know, for those who don't know what personal conveyance is, it's just a way that you can move around after you run out of time. Like once you get to the hotel or something, you're supposed to be able to go get a haircut. If you're on your 10-hour break, you're supposed to be able to go to Walmart and get some supplies, some food, something to eat, things of that nature. If you're on your 34, you're supposed to be able to use the truck and tractor to go somewhere instead of having to walk somewhere. You can go get you something to eat or something like this, medical, you know, go to the, you know, I don't know, go somewhere to pick something up. You don't have to walk. You can drive the truck, but you got to go on personal conveyance. So it's like off-duty personal conveyance is what it is. But anyway, so I don't want to drive all the way to Texas today and then run out of time when I get there, and then I'll be trying to use my PC time to find a hotel, you know what I'm saying, or to find somewhere to park at. You know, that don't make no sense. So I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just wait and make the delivery tomorrow. I'm gonna drive further than where I'm at right now, though. I'm gonna get close to Texas. I might even hit Texas, or I might be like 100 miles away, which is like an hour and a half of drive time, which is nothing in trucking. So but yeah, that's the load. That's the whole load. Like I said, I had to stop. That's the whole load. 3 up top, 4 on the trailer. Beautiful. The way I loaded this one, I really like it. My back is hurting right now. My tire's like burning. My upper back is burning, so I had to stop for a little while. I've been up since like 3 this morning. I got started like at 3 o'clock, and I had to catch a lift to the truck stop, you know, and then, you know, did my little pre-trip or whatever, and then you know, that was back in Atlanta. I started in Atlanta at like 4 in the morning. I was up at 3, but I had to get myself together, set the ride up or whatever. By the time I got to the truck, by the time I pulled off, it was about 4 o'clock. I was already fueled up. I topped off when I first got to the truck stop. I filled the truck up, so. But anyway, you know, this load paid, I think $4,000 to the truck, you know. So I get 25% of that. That's like $1,000. So it's a pretty decent load. You can drop it in a day. Well, I'm not gonna say you can drop it in a day. I'm gonna say it's just a 2-day run. So it's $1,000 in 2 days. So for those of you who, you know, wonder if you can make money at United Road, you can. You could definitely make some money over here. I'm not gonna say you can get rich over here. You know what I'm saying? You probably can if you figure it out. If you figure out how to, you know, how to do it right and do it according to your schedule and the schedule that works for you, that you can make a lot of money. Because if you ran back and forth to Texas, you could probably do 2 Texas drops a week. That's $1,000 and $1,000, you know what I'm saying? So that'd be $2,000. But the problem is they said it's difficult to get something going out of Texas. So a lot of people don't go to Texas because of that, because it's difficult to find a load leaving Texas to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes United Road will deadhead you back to the yard from Texas. I've deadheaded back from Texas all the way to the yard, but that was only I think because it was really busy at the yard in Greer. So they needed, it was the end of the year. They need in December, they had a lot of cars on the ground that they needed picked up. So they told me just deadhead back. So I deadheaded all the way back to South Carolina from Texas. You know, that's like a 900-mile trip or something like that. You know, so something like that. So it was a lot of deadhead. But you know, if you was able to deadhead back to South Carolina from Texas or wherever you coming from, if you can deadhead in like 2 days, you can do 2 drops a day, 2 drops a week, and make $2,000 a week. You know, just doing Texas. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's not really realistic in my opinion. And like I said, I'm the rookie car hauler, so you know you gotta take what I say with a grain of salt. It's doable, but first of all, you got to get approval. You can't just do what you want to do. You got to get approval. And the only reason I deadheaded back to South Carolina was because that's what dispatch wanted me to do, because they needed some freight off the ground, and I was about to take some time off, some days off. So they said, well, listen, just come back, just deadhead back to the yard and pick up another load and then park it, and then you can go ahead and take your few days that you need to take off or whatever. I had to go to New Jersey for something. My own personal stuff, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's different ways that you just have to learn how to eat over here. You know what I'm saying? You can eat with United Road. You can make, you know, some fairly decent money. I mean, they got the guaranteed pay of $1,250. I think it's $1,200 or $1,250 a week guaranteed pay. So that's gonna be at least 22. What's that? That's at least 2,400 every 2 weeks. So as long as you're on the clock for 50 hours a week, you know, you can make a guaranteed pay of over $2,000. That's every 2 weeks though. You know what I'm saying? So every 2 weeks, we get paid every 2 weeks. So your check would be like I said, about $2,250 gross. You know, about 24 or 2,500 every 2 weeks. You know, so, and that's just guaranteed pay. Long as you're on the clock for 50 hours a week, 100 hours in 2 weeks total, 100 hours 2 weeks total. So it could be 70 the first week and 30 the second week, or 70 the first week, 70 the second week, however you do it. But that pay period has to add up to 100 hours in order for you to get that guaranteed pay. So most since I've been here, I've never really focused on the guaranteed pay. Only one time was when I had a breakdown. So I was like, oh man, I got to try to make sure I get these hours in so I can get this guaranteed pay. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get paid. And I jammed. That week was messed up. That was the lowest check probably one of the lowest checks I got here. You know, my check was like $1,000 in 2 weeks, and that was hurtful. You know what I'm saying? But because I broke down, I couldn't get my load, I couldn't get my hours or my load. So that was a rough time for me that was the roughest time for me since I've been here, because I went through a lot of stuff that week. Those 2 weeks. Broke down like 3 times, you know, going to Colorado. It was rough, you know what I'm saying? So I was second guessing being here at that point, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I got that check for $1,000. I was second guessing this. I was like, it's too much work. You know what I'm saying? Too much work for that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you can weather the storm and be patient, it all pan out. And I think it all panned out for the most part. I'm still waiting on some money from that breakdown, some breakdown pay and stuff that they told me they was gonna take care of me. So I'm happy now. I was upset for a little while. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I was frustrated. I was a frustrated driver, and I hate being a frustrated driver. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the type of driver that expressed that to the company though. That's how I am. Like I'll express that to them. I'll tell them, listen, you about to have a frustrated driver on your hand because my last check was $1,000 in 2 weeks, and I broke down 3 times. So, you know, I feel like somebody need to do something about that to make me become unfrustrated. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I expressed myself, you know, I expressed myself enough, and they heard me, and they fixing it. So I'm happy now. You know, so if you want to come to United Road, I've never stopped recommending United Road. I've always, you know, recommended it, But in the beginning, I highly recommended it, and then it kind of went down a little bit, but now it's kind of like back up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great company to work for. In all honesty, even if I had to go through something with somebody at the company, but if I put my feelings to the side and just, which I don't have any feelings about, no certain type of way about nobody in a negative way, but I'm saying overall, I think it's a great company to work for. I think you can learn a lot. I know you can learn a lot, you know, and you can make some money. You can make some money, you know, and if you really hustle and really know how to work it out and make the connections you need to make with the people that know how to run properly, you can really make some decent money, you know, and you can get you might be able to get some fairly decent home time if you learn. But you're not going to do all of that in 90 days though. It's not going to work like that in 90 days. The first 6 months, you know, the first 90 days might be a little rough for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you just need to make sure you get your guaranteed pay the first 90 days, at least get that guaranteed pay. And then and I would focus on dropping loads, because that's where the real money is at. Dropping loads, you know, $1,500 load, $1,800 load. Drop them loads, because you'll make more than a guaranteed pay, right? But I think within a year's time, you should really have your groove set, you know, where you want to be at, what lane you want to be in, how you can get your home time, because it's important to get home time if you have a family. You don't have a family, then you can stay out there, sleep in the truck, sleep in the hotels. You can stay out there as long as it takes to get your bag right. But if you got a family, you know what I'm saying? You know, you don't want to be out here like that. I got a family, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really, you know, trying to stay out here forever, you know, over the road type stuff. It's not really conducive, you know, when you have a young family, it's not really conducive. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing what I got to do right now, though it is what it is. But you know, you really have to consider everything involved. You know what I'm saying? You know, as far as it being a long-term play, those guys that been here for 21 years, I'm almost certain that they don't got babies at home. Maybe some of them do. But I don't know what type of the dynamics of their relationship. But I like to be around my family. You know what I'm saying? So I like to talk to them. I like to see where their head is at, you know, on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know most people do, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And it all depends on what you want out of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So an entrepreneur at heart, you can never tie an entrepreneur down. You know what I'm saying? You can never tie him down for 21 years, you know, over the road. It just, how you gonna be a full-time entrepreneur, or really be an entrepreneur and explore all your dreams, goals, and aspirations if you constantly, you know, in somebody else's, you know, over the road in somebody else's truck? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's not who I am. You know, maybe that's who you are. That's fine. I don't knock it. I take my hat off to those guys that stick around for 21 years and stuff like that. I take my hat off to those guys. You know what I'm saying? I take my hat off to those guys. But you best believe ain't no job gonna pay you enough to get rich. That's not gonna happen. They gonna pay you enough to pay your bills and maybe save a little bit of money, but you know what I'm saying? It's not typical that you're gonna get rich working for somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's at a job. So it is what it is, though. Everybody gotta do what they gotta do. It's the Rookie Car Hauler. I'm out here learning and earning. That's the 7 up top, big boy. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I gotta do for right now, you know? And I'm enjoying it. It's a little chilly out here today, but I take this weather over the past couple weeks any day. So I'm taking my little quick break real fast, rest my back a little bit, you know. And then I'm gonna get back in here and try to drive probably for another, it's only like 11 o'clock. It's almost 12 o'clock. And I'm about done for the day. I'll probably drive for another, I got like 400 miles in so far. So my plan was to do 650 today because it was like 680 to the first stop. So I was gonna do 650 and just wake up with 30 miles on my back to get to the first stop. So, and the second stop I think is an hour away from that, and then the third stop is like 10 minutes away from the second stop. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to put 600 today, so I'll probably do at least another 200 miles. So at least I get, I might hit Texas today, Anyway, if you're interested in coming to United Road, get in touch with me. I'll leave a link, some type of contact in the description. I can put you in contact with my recruiter, or some type of phone numbers over here. Give you somebody's number. If you do get hired, you know what I'm saying, they will give me some type of commission, or some type of, if I'm still here, they will give me some type of commission. If I'm not here, they're not gonna give me nothing, but it don't matter. I still help you out. Whether I'm here or not, I still help you out. It doesn't matter. I still give you my recruiter's information, because even if I'm not here, I won't get any type of compensation for, helping the driver get signed on. But just networking, building relationships, it doesn't matter. I don't have to get nothing out of it. I would like for people to pick this skill up, because it's a shortage of car haulers out here. You know what I'm saying? Apparently it's a shortage of car haulers, and especially good car haulers, and it's a shortage of drivers, period. But car haulers in particular, and car hauling is a specialty freight. So for those guys that got their CDL out there, I think it's wise for you to look into specialty freight, whether it's, car hauling, or whether it's oversized hauling, or whether it's some type of fuel, hauling some type of oil or fuel, or something that you need some type of certain certificate or something to get that everybody really can't do, because it makes you, more of a commodity, or more marketable, and it makes you more valuable, So with car hauling, once you get the skill under your belt, it can't be taken from you. You're not really gonna forget it. It's just something, once you learn, it's like riding a bike to a certain degree. I believe so anyway. You already know how to drive as a truck driver. Now you're just learning car hauling, which is different. It's a different grade, different animal. It's a different level of car haul, a different level of trucking. It really is. And that's why it pays so much more. That's why these owner operators doing, $10,000 a week, $40,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? Some of them doing a little less than that. Some of them doing a little more, give or take, somewhere around there. So, because that's what car hauling pays, it just pays different. $250 a year is normal. Gross $250 a year is normal for owner operators. Not for me as a company driver, but owner operators, that's normal. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, get the skill down, and make some money while you at it. Make some relationships while you at it. If you can't, you're gonna make some relationships, because a lot of these guys are really nice and helpful, and you're gonna need all the help you can get, out here car hauling. You're gonna need all the help you can get. So anyway, I'm signing off, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. All right, take it easy and be safe.